you hear about premium care?
I was sharing with a friend at work that I was contemplating having some abdominoplasty done, and she told me that I should check out Premium Care on their website because she had been following them on their social media for about 2 years and was just really impressed. So that was how I started it.
Okay. And how was your first consultation with Dr. Campbell?
The first consultation was over the telephone. We had already exchanged some emails regarding what I wanted, and he had reviewed my photographs. And after speaking with Dr. Campbell on the phone, there was no more question in my mind. He made me feel very confident in the care, very confident in his and his wife's expertise. And then I was done. I didn't want to look anywhere else.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And how was the process to come here to Cartagena? I mean, from your first approach to premium care to come here and have your procedure?
Well, I think the thing that appealed most to me was the fact that it was like an all-inclusive package. So traveling to Colombia from the United States seemed a little scary, a little daunting. But the fact that they take your hand and hold your hand along the way. So someone to meet you at the airport, drive you to, the hotel, someone will meet you there. It was just, I didn't have to feel like I was alone in a foreign country. So that was excellent, the way that they took care of us to get us settled in, take us to the doctor's appointments, drive us to the hospital. It was just, everything was so included and made me feel so safe that that's why I chose it. And they did not let me down. Like, they exceeded my expectations. And I think my expectations were pretty high. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. And I would like to talk about the day of the surgery.
Okay.
There is many people asking us how is going through a surgical process. Can you please tell us how you felt the day of the surgery and how you felt right after the surgery and the next day?
Yes. I was nervous a little bit. Something I definitely wanted to do, but had some normal, apprehension about going under general anesthetic and having 3 procedures done at once. The morning of the surgery, met the nurses and the doctors at the hospital and had that final consultation with Dr. Campbell where he drew all the final details on the body, had that final conversation about the results I expected. And then, went into surgery, which is a little bit different here than it is in the United States. So they want you to be under general anesthesia less time. So some of the washing of the body and stuff is done while you're awake instead of asleep. But that all just adds, I think, to the benefit of the patient for not having to be under general anesthetic for as long. Because it was probably, half an hour or 45 minutes of extra time. Went to sleep, said, adios, and I woke up. As I was waking up, I was very cold and my body was shaking, but I couldn't stop it. Even though it hurt, right? I couldn't stop. And my heart did some weird thing at AFib, like I'm not even 100% sure what that stands for, but what they did was they called in a cardiologist, and they had a cardiologist and an internist check on me, and they decided to keep me in the hospital for 2 days to make sure that everything was okay. Now, this is something that would not happen at home. This is something that I would have been sent home immediately after the procedure, I'm pretty sure, and would have not had that level of care. So I have a little to-do list now, to go see a cardiologist when I get home because of what happened. I may not have found out I had this had I not gone through this experience now. So always better to find out something before something bad happens, right? So I feel like there was a little bit of a blessing in disguise on that. So I feel like they took exceptionally good care of me. And there is an insurance policy that's automatically purchased with the, so I'm not even worried about the hospital bills because there was insurance to cover that if something happened. They just think of everything. They take care of you in every way possible. And so when I came back to the recovery suites, I was on the end of day 2, and then every day just kept getting better and easier.
Wow, very interesting story.
Yeah.
And interesting that you mentioned about the recovery suites. How is going your recovery here?
There, if, there is no place I would rather stay. It's wonderful. It's like a beautiful condominium with other roommates. So you have other people to talk to about the procedures and what's going on. And I like that social part of it. Plus we have someone here to help, cook us meals and make sure that we can get the nutrition we need, get the amount of fluids we need. It's scary to think about being alone after major surgery, or to have my mother take care of me. She's 80. That would not have worked well. So the level of care is something that isn't even offered in the United States that I'm aware of, and certainly not at this price. So the value of what you get here in the recovery suites, it's a beautiful ocean view of the Caribbean Ocean. We have, spectacular amenities in the building. It's like, there's no place else I would stay. So, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful.
It's a very, very good experience.
Okay, thanks. And I also want to ask you, I know your surgery was very recent. Are you happy with the results so far?
Absolutely. I think I had pretty high expectations, and it's even better than I thought. So I feel really good. It's only been day 12, and I feel amazing. Like I can walk and go shopping, and I'm not going to go work out with weights or anything yet, but I feel really good considering I had major surgery 12 days ago.
Wow, very happy to hear that. And last question, did you have time to enjoy the city?
I did, yes. Went into the historical areas and looked at all the touristy shops, walked up and down the beaches. I mean, it's a beautiful city, so there's a lot to see, and the people are so warm, so welcoming, so inviting. Definitely exceeded my expectations in terms of what it would be like to visit Colombia and not know, because we kind of hear, about drug cartels, and scary things. It's not like that at all. Wonderfully warm, welcoming, kind people.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.